Hey everyone, today I am going to talk about the business side of being a makeup artist, and I had actually gotten the idea when I did my first video, and I had received feedback asking, to do a video on contracts and contractual agreements. Although you are a freelance makeup artist, you are a business person first, and you always have to consider that. So although it is just a small piece of paper, you always have to make sure that this contract that you always walk around with is a very important involvement in your business. So I would consider that you think about doing up a contract, and eventually after doing different jobs, you will learn what not to put in your contract and what not to accept when you tend to your clients. If you are interested, you may email me. My email address is on my blog, and I will show you a copy of my contract. I don't have a problem showing you. So if you're interested, I could go ahead and post it on my blog. If you want to see it, you may email me. Good golly. Okay, I am trying these lashes. I don't know if you can see them. I used to wear lashes when I had hosted a television program. It feels very foreign to me. I don't wear lashes, but I saw these in the store and I thought they were very cute. They were very light, and I decided to try them today. So if you see me bopping my eyes a lot, please forgive me. They're feeling very foreign, but I'm trying them, and maybe I'll do a tutorial on how to go ahead and put these bad boys on. I think they're like the coolest accessory any woman should have. Okay, so I digress. Okay, so recently I did some proms. I did a series of proms, and the idea came to me that as a makeup artist, one of the things you need to walk around with in your bag after going to see your client. And June, we're in the month of June, and a lot of weddings tend to happen during this time, and I should know because I've always gotten booked between this month through to November, to do weddings a lot. I'm actually booked from next week through to the end of August. So having a contract is something I definitely tend to tender to my brides. Doing up a contract, okay, fine, you have done up the contract. Upon presenting the contract, you have to make sure that both parties sign the contract and it is agreed upon. The services that is going to be performed should be performed under the terms that were stipulated in the contract, and both parties should also attest to that. The bride should not consider you, the makeup artist, as sole property. I have had instances where I've gone to do a consultation and the bride actually think that because she signed me on, I am not entitled to do anything else until that day. I can understand, because you get all excited and you want your day to look good and you want to make sure that your face is on point, but you have to make sure that you list out this to your brides, that they know that hey, although we did this contract, I am only supposed to arrive on the day of the wedding promptly, and to make sure that I carry out a reasonable job with my skill. So whatever you do, make sure that that is one of the things that you list with your brides after doing your consultation. Another thing that you have to also consider within your contract is that when it comes to unforeseen circumstances that may not allow you to be able to travel to the location on that date, there are so many instances. It could be the weather, it could be, God forbid, you met in an accident, it could be transportation. There are so many things that can happen. You have to make room for all of this in your contract. So once that once you have stipulated all of this in your contract and everybody has agreed upon it, there is some legitimate grounds, so nobody has a problem, you know, if ever something like that should happen. You have to ensure that you are the only exclusive makeup artist at this wedding. I've had instances where the bride may have a friend who knows how to do makeup, and she may want the bride may want her to go ahead and do her bridesmaids. That's not how it goes. You as an exclusive makeup artist should have the room to hire an assistant on that day. If it's a case where the bride, her budget, I mean, we're in a climate where, you know, times are hard, and there are times when somebody really wants to look beautiful on that day, but they really do not have the resources to ensure that, you know, their party looks good. Make sure that you stipulate that in your contract, so on the day there are no misunderstandings, and there's no way that you feel uncomfortable that, hey, you know what, I had gone ahead and I had done this this consultation, and here you have this other person doing the makeup. Ensure that you stipulate all of this in your contract. You have to ensure that you stipulate it so there are no misunderstandings, and that the both of you sign off on them on the contract. In my contract, I always stipulate that I'm the one that provides the products. So whatever product that I'm using, they have to be hypoallergenic. I have to make sure that if the bride is sensitive, my products will not make her break out, because then you can charge with the liability, you know, because on her day, you know, she broke out, and she has all right to say, hey, I was not comfortable and this is what happened, and I had a breakout. Upon doing your consultation, one of the things I normally do when I go to do consultation, if I am going to introduce them wearing false eyelashes, I'm very sorry, if I'm going to introduce to them wearing false eyelashes, which they may not have done before, I tend to do a glue test. By doing a glue test, I tend to do it on the hand right here, and if they react to it, you know that, hey, they cannot wear glue on the with the eyelash. They cannot wear any eyelash because they're going to have a breakout. They're very sensitive. You test the products. You test the mascara. You test the different brands, but you have to make sure that your brands are hypoallergenic. So you're going with the intention that nobody's going to break out, but you still have to do these tests as to ensure that when you carry your scale, nobody can say, hey, she carried out her craft and I got a breakout. You don't want anybody saying that about you. When it comes to consultation, you need to ensure that after consultation is done, you get 50% of the deposit. 50% of the deposit, and upon completion of the job on the day of the wedding, you get the final deposit of your payment. You get the final payment, I'm sorry. So 50% of the deposit of the payment, which is a deposit on the consultation, and then on the day of the wedding you get the final payment. Consultation is free of cost. You never charge your bride when you're doing a bridal consultation. If any event that any of the bridal party is interested in also getting a consultation, they have to pay, and that cost you will use at your discretion. If you're going to the wedding, for instance, it is out of town, the bride has to pay your travel. She has to put you up in a hotel if you're going to stay overnight. She has to provide per diem, that which would cover your food, gas, and she has to pay your travel, and she has to make sure that you're covered. So once you're out of town, there's no way that you're feeling uncomfortable. So she has to ensure that you're covered. She has to cover your ride. She has to cover your hotel. She has to make sure that you eat. And she has to make sure that all your necessary costs are covered. So these are things that you're going to talk about upon the day of the consultation. So ensure that nothing is left out, So when you are agreeing upon your contract and signing off to the contract, nothing is left out. In terms of pictures, one of the agreement that you should have with your bride is that you're able to take pictures on the day of the wedding. You're able to take pictures on the day of the wedding, and because you're gonna need stuff for your portfolio. And if it's an event where you have decided that, hey, becoming a bridal makeup artist is your niche, you are going to need all the necessary photographic documentation for your portfolio. So whatever you do, ensure that you, within the consultation, you say to the bride, hey, I would like photo documentation of my work, and am I allowed to take pictures, you know, of your wedding, or am I allowed to take pictures of you getting dressed, etc., etc., etc. And you just want to make sure that you have all your bases covered. I think that's about it. I think I've covered it. The next series I will talk about contracts for different scenarios, and you can go ahead and read my blog, and I will definitely put the necessary information that you will need on the blog that I spoke about today. So thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.